Tonight is at the end of the road for London's black cabs. Hundreds of the iconic taxis are parked up, unused and unable to collect fares. Tonight, an appeal to the Mayor.
What they have done is close more roads, make us unattractive to the public and unable to move around. So the Khan needs to look at helping us, and he needs to look at helping us now.
Good evening. They're part of the fabric that makes up the city, along with Big Ben and Buckingham Palace. But so many of London's black cabs are now sitting idle, with drivers fearing they'll be forced to turn off their engines for good. Hundreds of the vehicles have been moved to fields and car parks around the capital for storage, because drivers say there simply aren't the passenger numbers to make it worth their while to keep them on the roads. Now they're asking the Mayor for urgent help, as our political correspondent Simon Harris reports.
It's where London taxis are put out to grass. Unused and abandoned, they're parked up in a field near Epping in Essex. With weeds growing around their wheels, they're a legacy of lockdown. The drivers who lease them can no longer make them pay.
Our phones just started buzzing, emails were coming through, messages were coming through of drivers saying, there's no work out there, I need to hang my coat up and drop the vehicle off to you. They're just sitting here. Don't know where it's going to end up or how we're going to get out of this mess.
The rank at King's Cross underscores the passenger drought facing the taxi trade. Even here, at a mainline station, cabbies face a long wait for a fare.
In the morning you might do an hour, but 2 hours, maybe 3 hours in the afternoon.
It can take up to maybe 2 hours, and initially it used to take about 20 minutes.
I'm doing 12 hours a day, maybe nicking 60 quid a day, if I'm lucky.
In 2012, London had more than 23,000 black cabs. After the first lockdown in June, it dropped to 18,000. Now there are even fewer, just 15,000. In Liverpool, local authorities set aside £1.5 million to give the city's cabbies a helping hand.
Transport for London and the GLA have given us nothing. What they have done is close more roads, make us unattractive to the public and unable to move around. So the Khan needs to look at helping us, and he needs to look at helping us now.
City Hall insisted TfL is helping cabbies with advice on how to get government money and guidance on mental health. At this taxi firm in Dalston, the help they most want is Londoners back at work.
That's what people need to do in London. Get back to their offices, start focusing, keep your social distance, but let's get the economy working somehow.
The field full of taxis in Essex is now home to a fleet of more than 200 redundant cabs. For how long, no one knows. Like many other businesses, the taxi trade is left wondering if London will ever return to how it was before COVID. Or are these cabs destined to make one final journey to the scrapyard? Simon Harris, ITV News, Epping.